In this video, let's finish off this question. Let's actually put all the ranges in one table. So how will we do that? Let's have a look at the critical values. So at which values we have to look. From the first term, we can see that we have x equals to 1. So when x equals to 1, this term is going to be 0. So we'll need the value of 1. Now, anything besides 1, we know that this term will be less than 0. So any number that's not going to be 1, we will just put the range of negative. Now, this is one critical value. From the second term, we see that we're dealing with square root of 2 and minus square root of 2. Square root of 2 minus square root of 2. Okay, square root of 2 minus square root of 2. Another two critical values. And in the third term, we're dealing with ln of 2. So we'll need ln of 2 as well. ln of 2. Okay, so we have 1 square root of 2, negative square root of 2. Which one is the smallest value here? Negative square root of 2, because it's a negative number. So we'll put it over here, negative square root of 2. Okay, what is the opposite of negative square root of 2? It's just positive square root of 2. And what is square root of 2? If we put it on the calculator, that's 1.41. 1.41, that's greater than 1. And what is ln of 2? ln of 2 is 0.69. So square root of 2 will be the largest value. And then 1 is greater than ln of 2. 1 is greater than 0.69. ln of 2. That would be the values. Let me just quickly extend the table to make it more neat. So here, we'll do it like that, and we'll have a range to the left of negative square root of 2. We'll have values at negative square root of 2, values between negative square root of 2 and ln of 2, values at ln of 2, values between ln of 2 and 1, values at 1, and then values between 1 and square root of 2 and higher than square root of 2. Okay, that seems alright. Let's do it. So how do we start? Well, we start with the first range. These are values less than negative square root of 2. Now what did we say? When we take any number that is different than 1 for the first term, we have a negative range. From here, we have a negative range. So we'll put that here we have a negative range, because any number which is less than square root of 2 is different than 1. Now let's take x squared minus 2. If we plug in a value less than negative square root of 2, let's say negative square root of 3. Negative square root of 3 to the power of 2 is 3. 3 minus 2 is 1, so that's a positive value. Now 1 divided by 2 e to the power of x minus 4, if we take e to the negative power. E to a negative power is still going to be a positive result, because e is a positive number, and any number to a power is actually any positive number to any power is going to be a positive number. So this is going to be 1 divided by 2 times a positive number minus 4. Now let's give a value to x. If we have 2 times e to the power of 2 times e to the power of, and I encourage you to do it in the calculator to see it yourself what value we actually have. E to the power of minus square root of 3 minus 4 is going to be a negative number. We get minus 3.6. So this is going to be a negative number, a negative value. Now negative, positive, negative. When we multiply, we get negative times negative makes a positive, positive times positive makes a positive as well. So as a result, we have a positive range over here. Now what happens at negative square root of 2? What kind of values do we have? Again, from the first term, because the number is different than 1, we have a negative range. Negative range here. Now x squared minus 2. Well, negative square root of 2 to the power of 2 is 2. 2 minus 2 is just 0, and we actually can see it from here that the value is 0 when x equals to negative square root of 2. In the last range, if we give a value of minus square root of 2 into x, we will have again a negative range, a negative value. So 0 times anything is going to be just 0. Now we go to a value between negative square root of 2 and ln of 2. Well, we can take the value of 0, for instance. 0 is different than 1, so for the first term we have a range that is negative. So we'll have a negative range over here. Now 0 squared minus 2 is just 0 minus 2, which is a negative range again. 1 divided by 2 times e to the power of 0. E to the power of 0 is 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. 1 divided by minus 2 is a negative number. So negative times negative makes a positive. A positive from here times a negative makes a negative overall. So here we have a negative range at the value between minus square root of 2 and ln of 2. What happens exactly at ln of 2? ln of 2 is different than 1. So from the first term again we have a negative range. ln of 2 to the power of 2. Let's calculate real quick. ln of 2 squared minus 2 gives minus 0.61. So that's a negative range. But over here, remember that when x equals to ln of 2, in the last term, let's actually make it a bit more visible. In the last term, when we can see it over here, when x equals to ln of 2, the value is undefined for the last term. So the value will be undefined here as well. We put undefined, and undefined with anything else gives an overall undefined value. Okay, what value can we take between ln of 2 and 1? Well, if ln of 2 equals to 0.7, let's take a value of 0.8, for instance. That's between ln of 2 and 1. Now, 0.8 is different than 1, so the range is negative over here. 0.8 to the power of 2 minus 2 gives minus 1.36, so that's a negative range over here as well. 1 divided by 2 times e to the power of 0.8, e to the power of 0.8 minus 4, that's 0.45. 1 divided by 0.45 is a positive value, so it's a positive range. What's the overall result? Minus times minus makes a plus, plus times plus makes a plus, so positive range between ln of 2 and 1. What's the result at 1? Well, remember, when x equals to 1 for the first term, if we go here, for the first term, x equals to 1, the result would be just 0. So for the first term, we have 0. Now, 1 squared minus 2, that's 1 minus 2 is negative 1, so negative range. 1 divided by 2 times e to the power of 1 minus 4. 2 times e to the power of 1 minus 4 is a positive value. 1 divided by a positive value is a positive range as well. So we have 0 times anything will be just 0 at the value of 1. Now between 1 and square root of 2. Square root of 2 equals to 1.41. Let's take the value of 1.2. Now this number is going to be less than 0 because, as we said, 1.2 is just different than 1, so the overall range is going to be negative. So here we have a negative range. Now 1.2 squared minus 2 is a minus 0.56. So that's a negative value over here, negative range. 1 divided by 2 to the power, 2 times e to the power of 1 over 2. So e to the power of 1.2 times 2 minus 4 is a positive value. 1 divided by a positive value is going to be a positive range again. So negative times a negative makes a positive, positive times a positive makes a positive range again. At the value of square root of 2, again, this is different than 1, so for the first term we have a negative range. Square root of 2 to the power of 2 is 2 minus 2, makes it into a 0. And below we have 1 divided by 2 times e to the power of square root of 2 minus 4, that's a positive value. 1 divided by a positive value gives us a positive range again. 0 times anything is going to be just 0. And the last range is values higher than square root of 2. Well, let's just take, for instance, if square root of 2 is 1.4, let's take the value of 2. 2 minus 1 is 1, 1 squared is 1, with a negative sign is just then negative. 2 squared minus 2 is 4 minus 2, that's equal to 2, which is a positive range. And here we have 1 divided by 2 times e to the power 2. 2 times e to the power of 2 minus 4, that's a positive value. 1 divided by a positive value gives us a positive range. Negative times positive makes into a negative. Negative times positive again makes into a negative term, negative range. And that's it. These are the ranges of positive and negative for the entire results. And we can see we have some zeros and one undefined range. And that's it. We are done with question 1.